Hey YouTube, Sam back at you again. How y'all been doing today? If I don't post another video or if I don't do anything else for the holidays, happy Memorial Day to you all. I'm pretty sure a lot of you all going to be off, so I just ask y'all to be careful. If you're going to be out there drinking or whatever, just please call an Uber or Lyft driver to come and get you. It's not going to be worth you going to jail or you losing your life or somebody else losing their life. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Just please be careful. If you're not drinking and driving, watch the people around you, because you always got to be aware of what's going on around you. But anyway, today we're going to talk about this story, and I just came across this story. I turned on my computer and I said, what in the Sam hell is going on? But anyway, we're going to go ahead on and talk about this, and we're going to go a little deep, and I'm going to say some things that you may not agree with, but I'm just going to be straight front in your face, and I'm just going to be honest about it, at least with my opinion on how I feel about it. Maryland pastor, Capitol police officer among 3 charged with sexually abusing teens in church group. Now I'm going to let that sit right there with you, and I'm going to let you think on that for a minute. Okay, first of all, when I first saw that, and I got this from WTOP. For those of you in the Maryland, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, if you do any carpooling or if you just ride or you drive or live in the local area, you want to get the latest news or whatever, this is what we listen to. I'm not shouting them out. I'm not getting sponsorship from them at all. But I commute from where I live to DC, so a lot of cars, they have WTOP on, so you just get used to hearing it. But anyway, I'm going to read some of the story, and then we're going to go into it. So here we go. 3 Maryland men, including the head pastor of a Prince George's County church and a Capitol police officer, have been charged with sexually abusing 14 girls involved in a church-run program for at-risk youth. Right there. Now, you got these kids that are coming from somewhere that is broken. They are broken. Somehow, somewhere, you have told them that God is going to take care of them and God is going to fix them, and you were sent there to help them. So them girls being, okay, hold on. Let me read this next paragraph, and then I'm going to proceed to say what I was about to say. Prince George's County Police said that the teens were abused between 2001 and 2008, when they were 15 to 18 years old, and that they came forward as adults. So wait a minute. Between the ages of, really from the time they are born up until they're able to think for themselves in an adult logical manner, they can be manipulated, persuaded, and everything. And at 15 to 18 years old, all they want is attention from a boy or from whatever, from friends, from family. They want to be, I'm not going to say put on a pedestal, but for those girls from 15 to 18 to be in this church run program for at-risk girls, these girls either have been in trouble before, they run away from home, something has happened, the reason why they are in this program. Okay. So if they're coming to them, to this church and these pastors for help, and you turn around and you take advantage of their ass because you can't keep your old ass worming like shit to you. My bad. I'm sorry. I let my emotions get the best of me. I'm going to read on so that my emotions don't take over. Police have arrested Joshua Wright, 67. That's Reverend Do Dirty. He the old head. That's Reverend Do Dirty right there. A Brandywine I'm sorry. Let me read that over again because I want to go right on through it. Police have arrested Joshua Wright, Reverend Do Dirty, 67, of Brandywine, who is the head pastor of the church. His son, William Wright of White Plains, is a minister at the church. That's Reverend Lowdown. Okay? And Donald Jackson, also of White Plains, the pastor's son-in-law. That's Deacon Do Dirty. That's Deacon Do Dirty. Okay? Okay, listen. Let me give you the name. Joshua Wright is Reverend Lowdown. I'm sorry, I got the names mixed up. He's 67. He Reverend Lowdown. He the head dog. Okay? You got the son who is 40-some years old. Because I got another one right here. The son is 40. That's Reverend No Shame. And then you got the son-in-law who is 46. That's Deacon Do Dirty. Now, William Wright is also a Capitol Police officer according to the charging documents. Eva Malecki, a Capitol Police spokeswoman, told WTOP that Wright has been taken off duty. All three men are charged with child abuse, assault, and sex offenses. Both Jackson and William Wright admitted to police that they engaged in sex acts with the teens, excuse me, according to the documents. Police said the teens were enrolled in the Children Having Overcome Power program run by the Oxon Hill Assembly of Jesus Christ in Fort Washington, Maryland. Now, Children Having Overcoming Power is CHOP. Now, mind you, CHOP was disassembled in 2011. This right here is 2018. We talking 7 years later. So yeah, these women are adults. So can you imagine what these young girls had to go through from being a teenager all the way up to their 20s, and they wondering why that they can't get their life together? Because you have people that they supposed to trust, that's supposed to be sent from God to help them, and you using your abusive power of a church and as a pastor to sexually abuse girls who seeking help, and this what you do? Anyway, Lord have mercy. Police said that the teens. Okay, I'm sorry, I lost my place. According to the charging documents, the teens were placed in the men's homes where they reported being regularly sexually abused. Police said abuse also took place in the parks and at the church. Lord have mercy. Y'all done went so far as y'all screwing these girls up in the church, man. I mean, you know what? That ain't the first time I done heard people getting caught having sex in the church. The pastor with one of the deaconess, or the deaconess with one of the ushers, or the ushers with the choir director, or the the minister of music, and all this crazy stuff. I done heard that stuff before. But you gonna mess with these teenage girls, these at-risk youth girls, and you gonna do it not only in your home but at your house. I'm gonna read something else. So if y'all don't mind bearing with me for like a few minutes, I'm gonna read something else too. Okay. According to this here, to I think it was the Washington Post. I'm sorry. They didn't stay at the church, but they stayed at church members' homes. Captain Anthony Schnatter with Prince George's County Police Department explained, in general, the program was to support children who were at high risk youth. Okay, were high at risk youth. I'm sorry. The CHOP program ended in 2011. Now, we never said why the program ended, and trust me, I did try several different avenues to look, but I will look again, and I will be doing a follow-up on this story right here, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if any of y'all remember this TV show called The Shield, and they had this guy named Mackey. It was one guy that was, I believe he was abusing young girls or molesting young girls or something like that to the effect. Mackey had a phone book. Mackey ain't had nothing but the man, phone book. And the room wasn't big. Mackey cut that light off and went to work on that joker. You hear me? When I hear people abusing the elderly, babies, or domestic violence and sexual assault against youth. Sexual assault, period, is just like a no-go. When the woman says no, stop. But for some reason, these men, when they hear no, it's like, oh yeah, that's your intensity. You want me to do it even more. No, damn it. No means no. I'm telling you. That's why a lot of you hear so much of this shit in the news now about the sexual assault, the sexual abuse. People are getting tired. They putting people on Front Street. I'm telling you, all your little dirt. I'm telling you, Lord, I pray to God that some people don't open up their closets, because I'm telling you, the skeleton's gonna probably knock one of their blocks off. I'm telling you, man. Lord have mercy. Mm, 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 mm. Officials said the victims came forward and gave their accounts to the police in February. According to investigators, Jackson and William Wright have confessed to the crime. William Wright remains in custody while Jackson and Joshua Wright are out on bail. So the father and the son is out, but the son-in-law is still in there. What you think gonna happen? Why you think the father and son is out? They gonna unload all that shit on the son-in-law and the brother-in-law. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna be epic. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. Fox 5 has attempted to reach out to Jackson and Joshua Wright for comment, but have not been able to reach them at this time. Detectives encourage others who may have encountered any form of sexual abuse when they were enrolled in the CHOP program to come forward. So they telling y'all, any more y'all done been out there? Y'all been involved with this? They got a number. You can call the Prince William County Police Department's Child and Vulnerable Adult Unit at 301-772-4930. Let me tell you something. I don't condone nobody taking advantage. Come on, man. Y'all in y'all. The oldest one is in his 60s. We talking. This ain't even 10 years ago. We're talking between 5 and 7 years ago that this happened. So these girls are between the age of like maybe 22, 23, from 23 to maybe 26, 27 years old. Can you imagine what these girls had to go through in their 20s? I mean, y'all are grown adult men, and y'all messing with these little girls. And I guarantee you, each one of these men got wives. I guarantee I can bet my last dollar. Let me tell you something. I ain't got to bet nothing. I can pretty much tell you each one of these men are married. How much of an embarrassment you think that is to their wives? And I would not be surprised by any means if any of them women don't stand by. Because you know why? It's about image. Let me tell you something. I ain't supporting no damn man. You've been out here molesting these young girls. They are vulnerable. They seeking help. They trying to get guidance. They trying to get some understanding so that they can do better with their lives. And you taking advantage of them by sleeping with them, sexually assaulting them. But where I don't understand is why didn't, because in order for this program to get funded, it had to go through a series of things in order to get approved from the city and from the state so that it could be recognized as either a nonprofit or a small business or whatever the case may be. So in turn, when they were saying that they're going to take in these teen girls, these teen at-risk youth, my thing is, how did they go about explaining to the state how they're going to help these young girls, where these young girls going to live? Oh, you guys are going to open up your home like a foster care. Probably. If you got them staying at your house, but my thing is this right here. If they're staying at your house and you were sexually assaulting them, where were the women? Where were your wives? And why weren't the wives there to protect these girls? That's I mean, I might sound a little crazy, I might sound a little foolish, but to me, if my husband is running a program, now it says father, son, son-in-law, so the preacher's daughter is married to the man that's out here having sex, so you ain't got no problem with your son-in-law fucking around on your daughter, sleeping with these young girls. Y'all crazy. Y'all whole family is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Y'all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is some crazy ass shit right here. You got people see, this is what, that type of shit right there is the stuff that makes it hard to want to bring in people into the church so you can let them know who God is, who the Holy Spirit is, who Jesus is, what the Israelite, what everybody had went through from Genesis all the way to Revelation, the different stories, what happened, whatever the case may be. How can you expect people to want to continue to come to these institutions, these churches, when this is what goes on behind closed doors? See, I'm gonna tell you, at some churches it's a dog and pony show. I mean, you got some churches, listen, I ain't telling you what I think. I ain't telling you what I heard. I ain't telling you what I read. I'm telling you what I know. I know for a fact in some churches, when I tell you the women be going all out, wintertime, you see fur coat, fur hat. I ain't hating on, excuse me, I'm not hating on anybody that got that. If that's what you got, that's what you want to rock, you rock that. I mean, I ain't mad at you for it. I'm just not impressed by it. I'm just really not impressed by a fur coat. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Then if you ain't living in a certain area, you ain't driving a certain kind of car, you ain't got a certain kind of house, you ain't making a certain kind of income, you can't be in that clique. I know that for a fact. When you come to the church, oh, trust me, it's a fashion show. When I first joined my church, when I was receiving the right hand of fellowship, and after church service is over, and we talk with the deacons and the deacon and the deaconess, the chair, the head, the chair of the deacons and the chairwoman of the deaconess. Okay, so we talked to them, and so after it was over with, I went back to my seat. I got my purse, and so one of the deaconess was walking with me. And so she said, "That's your purse?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "You got a really nice suit on. It's really nice, but that purse don't match that." And I looked at her and I was like, "It's just a purse. I mean, what? And I was like, so wait a minute here. So you telling me? And after that, I looked at her differently, and I'm like, okay, all right, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I'm like, listen here, I'm not going out here. Another thing I found out that a lot of these women be doing in the church, going out here spending $200, $300, $400 on a dress, wearing it to church. Guess what they do? Take it back to the department store. You never see them in the same thing twice. If you do, trust me, they done forgot they wore it that year for that year. You never see them in the same thing twice. And I was like, so you telling me you willing to spend $200, $300, $400 on a dress, wear it one time, now you don't got your shine in it. It done went so far as they know how to take it on and off even when they got makeup on. Or what they'll do is they'll go and take off all their makeup and then take off the clothes. I'm telling you, man, they got it lit. I don't understand that. But anyway, I'm sorry. But I say that to say this. It's so many false and fake people in the church now that when you go to church feeling the same or worse than you did when you came there, you got to really look at what's really going on. Are you there to get the word? You hoping that, you can get the word, whether it's through song from the choir or whether it's from the minister that's preaching the word of the day. I mean, you really, and sometimes you do. I mean, they talk to you, but it done got to the point now where, I mean, it's a fashion show and it's business. You a number. They know you by your number. They don't know you by your name. Only people that you associate yourself with, either in the choir or either you within the ministry or whatever, that's how they know your name. Other than that, you a number. It's all about the numbers and it's about business. And I hate to say it, but that's what it's boiling down to. But you got these maggot ass bastards up in the church like this right here that's supposed to be helping these young girls. And this what you do to them. You set them back, man. These girls wait until they got adults to tell because they were too scared to tell then because they were living in your house. You was feeding them. You was clothing them. You was giving them shelter, something that they probably didn't have or have never had. And you sitting up there doing this type of shit and you sexually abusing. I hope, man, I'm going to tell you, I would love to castrate your ass. I wouldn't put no numbing oil. I wouldn't put no numbing oil. I wouldn't put none on it. Hell no. Nope. Call me mean, call me brutal. Y'all can say, Red, that girl, you hard. It was just those girls that came forward. Imagine how many more girls came before them. Imagine how many other. Hell, it may not have just been girls. It could have been boys too. You really. I don't understand how people take advantage of this shit, but um, we as a people got to do better, y'all. That's it. That's all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.